All right, welcome today, everybody. I am Michelle Valenti with the American Parkinson Disease Association. Today we are doing a level 2 standing class. I'm sure my microphone's on. And we will be using chairs for balance and support if we need to, also for resting. And then we will be using weights. So we're going to do cardio and strength back and forth, back to back, like that. Sets of everything today. So, and also make sure that you have some water ready to go. We're going to be taking breaks. Please make sure you take your own breaks when you need to. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our feet right under our hips. Knees and toes are forward. We're going to start with a big round shoulder back. Good. So lift and rotate in a back circle. Good. Loosen up those shoulders. And now let's do the same thing forward and around. Keep those knees slightly bent. All right, now arms straight out to the side. We're going to do some small circles forward. Should feel that in the top of the shoulders, a little bit in the back. Just trying to loosen up our back and our neck. All right, let's take those backwards now. And let's practice our breathing. Nice big deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, bring those arms down, kind of shake them out a little bit. All right, we're going to take our hands in right by our shoulders. Squeeze your fingers in, make a big tight fist, push them straight out in front, in and out. Good, big, long, straight arms. Separate those fingers. Good. Good, now let's take the hands down. So squeeze up and open down. Warm up those elbows and our biceps here. Good. All right, now one more. We're going to make a tight fist. Now we're going to push out to the side. Separate those fingers wide. In and out. Good. Nice, long, straight arms. Great job, everyone. All right, shake out those arms. Let's start with the legs and our feet. So we're going to have our hands on our hips, loosen up those knees. We're going to take a heel out and in. Straighten that leg and in. Good. Heel out and in. Now let's work on lifting that foot up off the floor and lengthening those legs. So we're kind of stretching out. What? Yeah, exactly. I know who he is. Lengthen those legs out. Stretching down that hamstring and our calves. All right, now we're going to leave one foot out. Make sure you bend both knees. We're going to tap that toe up and down. Good. Now keep the toe down and lift the heel up and down off the floor. Squeeze your calf. It's really important to keep your knees bent here. All right, now let's take the toe in and out. Good. Let your hip come open as well and your knee. So make sure those knees are bent. That really helps with that rotation. Good. Let's do the other foot now. All the way out. Bend both knees. We're going to tap that toe. Yeah. I planned that for you, Alan. All right, now keep the toe down and tap that heel up and down. Squeeze your calf. Good. Now we're lifting the toe in and out. Rotating our knee and our hip. So make sure both knees are bent here so you have some give. All right, good. Let's march in place. And let's make sure we keep our feet right under our hips, knees and toes are straight forward. All right, let's start pumping our arms up a little bit. Just trying to get that heart rate up. Get the whole body warm. Good. All right, now let's keep walking. Let's try to widen our feet just a little bit. And still, we're lifting those knees up. We're still marching, but our feet are a little wider. And this forces us to use a little bit more of those hips. Good. All right, let's go ahead and bring our feet back under our hips and stop. We're going to take our hands out in front. Bend at the waist. Reach forward and stretch the back. And then open up the chest when you come up. All right. Reach forward and pull back. Good. Reach forward, pull back. Reach and stretch that back out. Stretch those arms. Open the chest. Good. Reach and stretch. But let's do 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now let's put our hands on our hips. We're going to do some rotations here, side to side. I want you to try to open up your spine a little bit and your hips. Good. Try to get around a little further now. It's really good to warm up that spine. All right. Now let's just stand in place, keeping the knees soft. Just stretch the neck a little bit. So let's do chin down and then all the way back. Straight down and all the way back. Couple more. Down and back. Now side to side. Loosen up those shoulders. Just work on that neck. All right, good. Let's do one more thing to warm up. We're just going to take some side steps. Stepping and touching. Step and touch. Step and touch. Bend those knees. Good. Now we're going to take our arm. We're going to open it up to the back. Like we're doing a back stroke as we step. Good. Open up the back and shoulder here. Good. Keep the knees and toes forward and keep bending those knees. Good. All right, couple more. All right, I think we're nice and warm, right? We're going to start 2 exercises. We're going to do them back to back 2 times. All right, so grab a drink if you need one. So let me show you the 2 exercises we're going to start with, okay? We're going to take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, all right? We're going to keep our feet hip width apart. So we go forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Okay, so I want you to go at your own pace here. I'm going to say it, but if you need to be slower, that's okay. We don't want to do this, though. We don't want to come in together, okay? We want to keep our feet forward under our hips and back. We're going to start right, left, and then we're going to switch left, right, okay? All right, ready? Right, left, and back. Right, left, back. Good. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. Good. All right, this is super easy, right? We're going to add the arms. We're going to do the same thing with the arms. All right, so forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Good. Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. All right, let's go ahead and stop. We're going to take the other foot forward first. Left foot forward first. Left, right, left, right. Remember, we're not going to separate our feet any wider than our hips, but we don't want our feet coming together. Good. All right, let's add the arms now. Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. One more time. Back, back. All right. Second movement, we're going to do some high knees and we're going to do punches straight up. Okay, so it's going to look like this. We're going to punch and lift, punch and lift. So this is going to get our heart rate up a little bit. All right, go at your own pace. Let's go. Punch up, lift those knees. Try to get that arm straight up, straight up. Good. Get those knees up as high as you can. Breathe in and out with each one. Ten more seconds. Looking good. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, catch your breath. We're going to do those two exercises again. Okay, so forward, forward, back, back. Add the arms if you want. This is practice. This is good for our practicing stepping forward, stepping back, lifting our feet up off the floor. So we don't want to step forward and drag our feet back. We want to step, 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 step. Okay? Add the arms if you want. If it starts to mess up your feet, don't worry about the arms. All right, ready? Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Add the arms if you want. Good. Keep those feet hip width apart. Don't bring your feet together when you come in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's step forward with the other foot first. Forward, forward, back, back. Good. Pick those feet up off the floor. Good. Add the arms if you want. Make them long and strong. Good job. Keep going. That's it. You guys are looking great today. 4, 3, 2, 1. God bless. All right, catch your breath. We're going to do those high knees and then we'll take a little break. Okay? So punching our knees up. Remember, when we bring that foot back, don't bring it in. Right back under those hips. All right, we ready? Well, let's go. Straight arm up. Lift those knees. Use those quads. Breathe in and out here. Every time you punch up, we're breathing in and out. Good. We're strengthening those legs up. And our heart rate's going up here. We're getting our cardio in. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, grab a drink if you want. Take a little break if you need to. All right, so we're going to have our weights nearby for this. We're going to work our hips, okay? I don't have my weights. I don't think so. Not today. Okay, so we're going to do some side leg lifts. Okay, you can have the weights if you want. You can put them right on the side of your legs and use them. But we're going to lift legs side to side, okay, back and forth. And we don't want to lock our knees. Okay, we want to lift little ones out to the side. We're going to squeeze down the side of our leg and our glutes and our hips. All right, this is also really good for balance, okay, because we're shifting weight to one foot at a time. Let's go. Good. Squeeze those legs out to the side, straight out. Work those sides of your legs, your glutes and hips. Did I? Maybe, Alan. Is there a website, a Charlie Chaplin website? Well, all we need is a cane then to twiddle around then, right? And a top hat. Yeah. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, grab your weights and slow it down a little bit and work on our triceps. Okay, so weights are right in next to your hips. Okay, our feet are shoulder width apart. We're going to bend over at the waist just a little bit with nice straight back. Okay, take those weights and push them straight back and then right back to the hips. Push straight back and to the hips. Good. Lengthen those arms and in. Lengthen and in. Good. Push. This also makes us use our back too. So it's not just triceps, back of the arm and our lats. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep your weights or put them down. We're going to do those side leg lifts again. All right, soften those knees. Ready? Lift. Back and forth. We're squeezing the sides. These are called our abductors. Okay, so that's what allows you to lift those legs up out to the side. These are really important to get in and out of the car. Right? You have to be able to use those glutes and hips to get out of the car. Right, without the weights. Unless you're carrying groceries. Almost there. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it starts to burn right here. All right, we're working our triceps again. So weights are up by our hips. We're going to push straight back and right to the hips again. Let's go. So at the top, really give those triceps a squeeze out at the top. Good, perfect. You should also feel the top of your back working a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Grab a drink again if you want. We're going to move on. Two more exercises. Now, go ahead if you want. We're doing squats next. If you want to be in front of your chair, just in case, you can stand in front of your chair. I would not put your weights on the seat. Okay, so if you're going to do squats in front of your chair, you're either holding your weights or put them down because we don't want to fall and sit down on top of the weights. That would be very uncomfortable. So a lot of times it's nice to have that there just in case, right? In case we go back so far that we end up sitting down. Okay. So it's kind of just a safety thing. But remember this, it's also nice to have a target, right? Because when we sit, we go all the way down. All right, we go all the way down. So which we want to have that target. We want to try to touch the seat without sitting down if you can. All right, so all we're doing is squats. I really just want you to work on that leg strength here. Okay, you can hold weights or put them down. Feet are at least under your shoulders. And the most important thing is when you squat down, your knees don't shoot forward. You sit back. All right, ready? Let's go. Go at your own pace. Okay, don't worry about counting or your neighbor or me. Really concentrate on strengthening those legs. So we're sitting down and up. Nice. Good. It's not really important how many you do. It's how good they are, how much strength we're getting our legs. We're using our legs. About 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Okay. Now, with or without one weight. Okay, you don't have to use weight. You can watch what I do first. Actually, let me show you without the weight. And then if you want to add a weight, you can. But we're going to clasp our hands together in the front. Our feet are nice and wide. And we're going to twist side to side. Okay, keeping the knees soft. So you want to get a turn. What are we going to feel here? We're going to feel our sides, our obliques, okay? These that go across our obliques, our sides, and our spine. So we don't want to throw ourselves back and forth and hurt our back. We want to take it slow, side to side. You can use a weight if you want to make it a little harder. Good. Keep going. That weight adds a lot to our shoulders. So if your shoulders start to bother you, if it's too heavy, put it down and keep that twist going. This is really good for flexibility, strengthening up that core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You feel that in your shoulders too? Okay. Take a deep breath. We're going to go back to our squats with or without weight. And after this set, we'll take a little break. We'll sit if you want and take a long drink. Okay. All right. Working on that leg strength again. Right? Feet are shoulder width apart or wider. Let's go. Sit way back. Okay. Sometimes I kind of peel my toes up off the floor. That forces me to sit way back further into my heels so I don't shift my weight forward over my toes. Good. Take your time and go at your own pace. Great job. Let's go 20 more seconds, as many good ones as you can do. Ten more seconds. Almost there. All right, good job. All right, doing that twist with or without weight. If your arms are really starting to sag, don't worry about the weight. Let's get a good twist in. We're working that core. So we want to widen those feet, keeping the knees bent. Arms are out in front, straight as you can go, side to side. Good. You're going to start feeling your back here. That's why we want to take it really slow. Only go as far as your body wants it to go. Don't force it. You guys will probably feel these tomorrow. You'll be like, why do my ribs hurt? Four, three, two, and one. All right, go ahead and get a drink and have a seat if you want. And just let yourself relax a little bit. Take some deep breaths. It looks like it's wanting to get dark again outside. I thought it wasn't supposed to till tonight, though. Oh, 3, okay. Just when I'm going to go home again, huh? All right. They just don't know what they don't know what to tell us. He what? That's right. You don't want to be a star of the show? Good thing I'm not camera shy, right? I mean, it's really, I don't have a clue of who's watching, so it's really like, it's not a big deal to me because. Me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, when people ask me, what adjective would you use to describe yourself? They always say shy first. Okay. All right. So 2 new exercises. We're going to do some kicks. So this requires a lot of balance. All right. So we're going to lift and kick through the heel. So we're on that foot for a while, back and forth. You don't have to kick up high, but we don't want a toe kick. All right. We want a heel kick. Lift and kick through that heel. Okay, so we're bending our knees up. Let's add that jab across if you want. So opposite sides. All right, let's go. Your pace once again. When you bring that foot back, it goes under your hip. I know I say that every 5 seconds, don't I? Great job. This requires a lot of balance. Good. Also gets that heart rate up a little bit. Let's go 15 more seconds, your pace. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, grab your weights. We're going to do some up rows right in front of our chin. So working our back and shoulders here. Our knees are soft. Okay. Our feet are under our hips. We're going to row up to our chin with those weights. Don't hit your chin with them. And then kind of pull your elbows back to work that upper back into the motion. So down in front, lift and pull back. Good. Down, lift, and pull. Good. Nice. Squeezing the shoulder, squeeze that back at the top. Nice. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. All right, put those weights down, catch your breath. I had a little iced coffee before I came in today. I usually don't do that, but I went to bed late, got up early, so I was afraid I'd be forgetting my movements. You know how I do that sometimes. I'm like, I better have a swig of cold coffee. I made it this morning, put some ice in there and put it in the car. Yeah, no, well, I had hot coffee this morning, but I made some iced coffee to put in my car just in between because I go all day today. So that's why I'm a little perky. Okay, than usual. Perkier than usual. All right, back to our kicks with the punch. Let's do opposites. Ready? Lift and kick through that heel. Good. This is really hard for that balance, so I really want you to be careful. Lift it, kick through the heel, and put that foot right back under your hip again. Good. Nice. Keep going. Keep breathing. Take those deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Great job. All right, grabbing our weights again. Upward rows under the chin. Take some deep breaths. Now remember, if you need to sit for a while, you can do this seated. Okay? Knees are soft. All right, shoulders are back. Let's lift, pull back, and lower. Good. Nice. We're strengthening that upper back. We're strengthening the shoulders. This helps us from not rolling our shoulders forward. Little monkeys there for you, right? All right, 10 more seconds. You can do it. Come on, work that back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to do 2 more exercises. So grab a drink if you want. And I do want to do a little balance work when we're finished today. All right, so we're going to do some lateral movement. I want you to be super careful, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do punches out in front, just jabs out in front, but we're going to jab, 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 jab as we step. Let me show you this way. It's easier. We're stepping to the right. We're stepping to the left, okay? I want you to jab every time you move. Back, back, okay? All right, so it takes a little coordination here. Step and jab, back, jab, 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 jab. Now, let's stop for a second. Let's look. Where are my feet when I stop? They need to be under our hips because here's what we want to do with lateral movement. We want to go like this. And then our center of balance is really small. So that's why I always try to remind you to get your feet under your hips. So when you take that step, bring it back under your hip, not together. All right, ready? Let's go. Nice. You guys got this. Okay, I thought this was going to be a harder one. You got it. Good. A few more. And last time. All right, grab your weights. We're going to do one more set of strength here. All right, so I want you all, y'all, my daughter that lives in Nashville says now. She's been there not quite a year, but she's picked that one up. Okay, so we're going to curl and come up on our toes at the same time. So we're going to do calf raises. Up and down. Now, don't watch me. Remember, I'm going to come up, because I have that broken toe, I'm just going to be coming up on my big toe. So I'm going to look a little crooked. All right. So I just want you to come up all the way on those toes and down. Let's go. Curl up and down. Make sure our feet are shoulder width apart. This requires balance too. Good. Squeeze those calves. Good. Nice. Pat, you get way up there on your toes. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Weights down. We're going to do our side step with jabs again. I know. My brain is starting to falter a little bit. It's starting to get a little harder to remember this stuff. All right, remember, we're going to jab each time we step. Step, jab, step, jab, and then back. Keeping our feet wide. Let's go. 1, 2, and back. I'm going to turn this way. It's a little easier to follow me. Take your time. I want you going at your own pace here. Let's do 3 more. Back and forth. 2 and 1. Nice job. That's hard to do at the end of class with our coordination. Okay. She must have been watching me. That was my daughter that I just talked about. She must be having me on. She must have said, I heard what you said. All right. All right. Curls and calf raises together. All right, we ready? Let's go. Up, curl. Up on those toes. Squeeze the calves. Nice. Really work on squeezing those calves all the way to the top, right behind your knees. It's important to work those muscles as well. We got everything in our legs today. Legs, hips, quads, we did it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Go ahead and take a little break. I don't want you to sit for too long. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. We're going to do a little balance work before we stretch. Okay. So, there might be different levels of this. We're going to start with one toe touching the back heel. Okay? It doesn't matter which leg you start with. My left foot in the front, my right foot right behind it. Now, if that's hard, if you're already like, this is too hard, I can't balance like this, you're going to separate your feet just a little bit so it's not exactly in a straight line. You can kind of have them, but I want you to try to do heel to toe. Okay? So we're going to stand like that. It's important to bend both knees. Don't lock them up. That makes it really hard to balance. You don't see anybody on a tightrope going like this, right? You have to keep those knees bent. Okay, so we're going to start with our arms down to the side. Now we're going to lift our arms up over our head and back down as we stand here. We're not moving. All right, you ready to try it? Now, if you feel this is too unbalanced, don't worry about the arms. We're just going to stand. All right, soften those knees. You can bring your arms down to the sides. Okay, we're going to try to lift up, try to touch those arms up over your head and down. Good. Let's do one more time up and down. All right, you guys have that down pretty good. Now let's make it a little harder. One arm up, one down. We're going to switch. And switch. and switch. You should feel your body trying to hold on here, especially those calves we just worked. 3, 2, 1. All right, switch feet. Is that hard? It's kind of hard for me. All right, keeping those knees bent. That's really important. Arms are down to the sides. We're going to lift up, try to touch them over your head, and lower. Up and lower. Up and lower. One more time. Good. Now one arm up, one down, and we're going to switch. And we're going to switch. And switch. That really throws you off balance when you switch your arms. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and we're done. All right, let's go ahead and sit to stretch if you want. All right. Okay, let's start with those hamstrings. So we're going to sit to the front of the seat. If you could see me over there. We're going to lengthen one leg out in the front. Okay, the other foot is nice and solid on the floor. I want you to straighten that leg and lean forward over those legs. Good. You can reach for that toe if you want. Be super careful that your other foot is out in front so you don't feel like you're going to fall forward. This also gives us a nice stretch in that lower back. Good. And let's switch those legs. Lean forward and reach for that toe if you want. All right, good. Let's scoot to the back of the seat. And we're going to try to cross one leg over the other. Now we're going to really try to stretch those hips that we worked really good today. Okay, so take your hand and push that leg down and away if you want. Make sure there's no knee pain here. I want you to feel that stretch right here from those side leg lifts we did. And take a big breath in and out. Good. All right, release that knee and then bring that leg up towards your chest if you can. And take your toe and make some big circles around. Good. And other way. All right. And put that foot down. Let's cross the other one over. All right. I'm going to push my leg down a little bit more, kind of get that hip a little bit. And take those deep breaths. That was a quick workout. We didn't slow down very often. All right, release that leg. Pull that knee up towards the chest and take your toe and make some circles. Good, and then the other way. Good, all right, put those feet down. We're going to stretch our back and our shoulders a little bit. I want you to clasp your hands in the front, okay? And then pull those shoulders forward away from you. Drop your chin down. So try to separate those lats away from the spine. And let's drop those arms down, okay? We're going to have our arms down to the side. Raise them up over your head. We're going to grab one wrist, pull it straight up, And then let's bend sideways a little bit. Stretch down the side of your body. And back up. Grab the other wrist, pull it up and over. Good. Come back up. All right, I want you to scoot to the front of the seat. We're going to sit up tall, arms are down to the side. I want you to take a deep breath. Raise your arms up over your head and stretch. Nice long spine. And then as we let that air out, bring our arms down. We're going to bend at the waist. Bring those arms down under your legs and then back up again with a big inhale up. Reach and stretch. Lower bend forward at the waist. Round your back. Stretch that lower back and back up again. And out and down. And up. One more time. Real big, big stretch. Big inhale and out. And you are done. Nice job, everyone. Great job today. You guys are looking fine. Looking good. Just in time, so you shouldn't be in the rain on the way home. And thank you all for joining me at home. Please give us a like if this was good for you. Also, subscribe to our channel if you'd like to. It just gives you easier access to our videos. Remember, it does not cost anything, and we don't send you any notifications if you're worried about that. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye now. Good.